guys, that's awesome. Let me share my win for this week. My win would be that we officially decided to run with this mental discipline course. That's a course I've been wanting to do for years. I'm extremely excited about it. I actually developed it, like it's already outlined and I know the topics. We're obviously gonna tweak it a little bit due to the external things that are happening in the world right now. But I'm very excited about it. I'm very, very excited about it. And we're gonna talk more about it later in this webinar. But first, I'm gonna answer some question that's been posting in the Facebook group. The man who posted the questions is not here, but I'm gonna answer them for him anyway, because I really want to. First, I'm gonna give you the answers to them, and then I'm gonna explain why the answers are the way the answers are. Stay with me in today's topics, all right? It's all gonna make sense by the end. Today it will be a little, you're gonna understand. So there's 3 questions in one. And the first one is, what is a eating time, eat at the last time for calm sleep? That's the first question. The second question is, train last time for calm sleep. The third question is, my mom is a nutritionist, and she's saying that 24-hour fasting is only healthy if you do it once or twice per month. More is not healthy. What are my thoughts on that? It's very simple. I'm gonna give one answer for all 3 of them. Buy my ebook. No, I'm joking. Buy my ebook, you know what I mean? If you feel like buying it, it's awesome. It's a great ebook. But the answer is simple. Let's talk specifics. And this is what I really want us all to start thinking when we hear words like, or expressions as in, it's not healthy for you. But I mean, define healthy. Who am I talking to? Am I talking to a cancer patient? Am I talking to someone who is extremely overweight? If you're extremely overweight, I would say 24-hour fasting once per week or more than once per month is extremely healthy for you. Now, if you are fighting some type of eating disorder or you have a special relationship with food, then I would not say that that's healthy for you. And when it comes to what eating time is best for calm sleep, no idea. I have no idea, because I don't know how your body's reacting. I suggest you try. I suggest you try out and you find out yourself. I suggest you try with 2 hours before eating. You stop eating. 2 hours before sleeping, you start to eat. Then you find out, did you have a calm night of sleep? Track your sleep. Was it a calm night? Yes, no, maybe. Then you push it back 30 minutes, and then you push it back 30 minutes, and then sooner or later you're gonna find what's optimal for you. Same thing goes with train before sleeping. Me, personally, I don't train before sleep. If I don't do my workouts in the first part of the day, they're not happening. Or I really have to force myself to work out. And this is really what I talk about when I push the facts of, like, I want everybody to take this as students. I really want everybody to, because I feel that I'm a student myself in everything in this. But if a regular trainer will tell you, you should eat 2 hours before. 2 hours before sleep, because then the glycogen in your, or the glycogen storage in your liver will be low, so you will burn fat and blah blah blah. That's that. I can give you that answer also. I already gave it to you in another webinar. We already talked about this in the full webinar about intermittent fasting. Train before sleep. You should train before this time because science is saying that that and that and that will be is optimal. I read that science is stating that a man in my age training the way I should sleep 9 hours a day. 9 hours. It doesn't matter if I sleep in a cave, if I sleep with a beautiful woman next to me, or if I sleep next to David. I will not sleep 9 hours. With or without an alarm. Like, it's not happening. My body is not gonna do it. Like so then should I just lay in bed waiting? Because science said so. It's a difference between knowing what to do and how to do it. And that's why I'm so focused on always pushing that we are students here. Really take ownership in this way. Thumbs up if I'm making sense. Did that answer make any sense? Thank you.
Just a little input to the sleep.
Talk to me, Sean.
You have also the quality of sleep.
Exactly.
Like, for example, if you sleep for 2 hours and then stay awake for 1.5 hours, sleep 3 hours more, and so on. So it's the quality also. Like, if you sleep really tight for 6 hours, that might be enough for you. Even 4 hours might be enough for you. But maybe not for 1 month. It can work for a short period, but at some point you need to get, what do you say?
Deep sleep, REM sleep.
Catch up with the sleep.
Yeah, 100%. And that goes for everything, you know. That's extremely important. And then the last question in the group was, I love when you guys are talking in the group. I love when I see discussions in this group. And one of the questions it's one that I really enjoyed reading what was the conversation that was going on in there, and it says how to calm your mind before going to sleep. Like, I have a tendency, it was written something along the line of like, I have a tendency that when I go to sleep, my I think the word was used, irrational mind starts to spin around, and I start to go to all different places. And then there is the basics when it comes to sleeping, right? Turn on the blue lights before, few hours before, basics. Turn off the music, just shut off all electronics. The lights that are in your house, take them off. Use candles instead to keep them, to have the light, because you're tricking your brain. We are diurnal creatures, we are not nocturnal creatures. Bats are nocturnal creatures. We are diurnal, so we want to sleep in a specific pattern during the day to optimize our sleep. Try to go to sleep the same time every day. Try to wake up the same time every day. Try meditating. If you're an active person and meditating is not working for you, try yoga. Try active yoga instead. There is also a way to approach this. Try one of the tips was ashwagandha. I heard about it also. I never tried it for sleeping. I do, however, eat it for different reasons. And those are the normal answers. Me personally, I really suggest to start to look into your thought patterns. Start to understanding where your brain is going throughout the day. Where are your thoughts? Where are you mentally focused on? And we ran over this in the last webinar, so I'm not going to dive deep into it. And I believe meditation is a big thing here. And if you're new to meditation, there are great applications. Headspace is a fantastic one. Try again. Don't just go for Headspace just because I said it. I said meditation. Now go. Try the first ones. If it doesn't work for you, don't put in your mind, okay, I tried meditation, it didn't work. I tried one time, it's not for me. That is not the way to approach this. Go ahead. Search. Find your own person to follow on YouTube. You know, I'm not the one. Every dancer on the planet shouldn't follow me. You know what? Every dancer on the planet should follow me, because I'm awesome. Because I'm amazing. but it's what I'm saying might not be for everyone. Okay, awesome. Don't worry about it. I'm still gonna hang with you on the dance floor. Don't worry. I see you when I see you. I have only love for you. No worries. As long as you're happy. That's what this thing is all about, right? I hope that makes sense. And here we go. Last week we talked about leading by the front line and controlling your thoughts. And we also talked about investing in yourself, not only financially, but also showing up for yourself. And that's what leading by the front line is all about. That's what it's all about, showing up for yourself. And I knew a lot of people wouldn't answer that, wouldn't go for that challenge. It's still not too late. It's still not too late. But I knew a lot of people wouldn't show up for that challenge. Why? Because it's forced yourself to really sit down and think. It forced yourself to really sit down and think, and it forced yourself to show to yourself how bad do you want this. And when I say this, you fill in the blanks. You fill in the blanks here. You know what this is. I have no idea what your this is. You know your end game here. Why do you know it? Because if you've been following the challenge, the first thing we did was to map out our why. Why are you here? That was the first thing we did. Now, I felt it was such a clear thing of like who really wants to improve. And now again, if you listen to the post, maybe you missed the post, but if you listen to the post and you answered it for yourself, that's amazing. But this is really what done next is all about. There is no done without next, and there is no next without done. If you want to dive deep into this concept, have a look at Tim S. Grover. He's one of my mentors, and he's one of the people who really introduced me to the done next concept. But it's such a deep concept, and in this webinar I really want us to run over next, because next is what's happening. We are soon finished with this 30-day journey that we went on together. Some of us are gonna continue. Some of us might find another next, and that's okay. The only thing is that something is happening. That's the only thing I care about. Most of us in this webinar have been here for years. Most of us has been here for years, and we gonna keep on going. We throw it out today with some of you, but you're all welcome to join us. Next, I'm gonna do the same thing I did last time. I'm gonna list a few things that next is all about, some bullet points. Next is all about trusting yourself. It's all about trusting yourself. It's all about taking that jump. It's about going for it and adapting. It's about going for it, getting knocked out, stay on the ground, consider what you did, and then get back up. But stay down for a second, because there's one of those cliche quotes that are out there, and it's the one of fall down 7, get up 8. Why? Why are you gonna get up 8? Because the way it sounds like you fell down 7 times. So just by looking at the statistics of your falling, you will probably fall again. Maybe on the first time, you should stay down a little bit. Maybe I should stay down. Okay, I fell off training again. Maybe I should reconsider what am I doing right now. What is it really? Why am I really in this situation one more time? I had let me pull an example of myself. I had a tendency in my younger age to okay. My friend, a close friend of mine, her name is Monica. She always used to tell me, she's like, crazy women fall for you. All of your ex-girlfriends, they are crazy. This was before. And then I had a thought for myself. I'm like, but why is this? Why is this? Why do I have all of these crazy stories? Is it them or is it me? Who is it really? Remember what we talked about in the last week about taking ownership? That's what next is all about. It's about shutting out the external noise. I had a conversation today with one of my students. With 99% of the people that are here, I've had a conversation with in personal message or in or over the phone. If you don't know, we're offering one-on-one coaching over the phone with everybody who's taking this group as just a part of the challenge. And she had this conversation. She said like, I live in Australia, and I'm in this situation, and I'm like, okay, perfect. Tell me a little bit. What do you think are your struggles? And she says like, I feel a lot of pressure for just being a woman. I feel a lot of external pressure from just being a woman, from the society, and my mom doesn't really think that I can make it in dancing. Me as a man, 28 years old, I said, wow, I have no idea what you're talking about. I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea how it is to be a woman in today's society. Just the way it looks, it's gotta be crazy. Twice more if you're a woman of color. Wow, I can only imagine how tough that must be. But what I do know is that you can only control what's happening in here. You can only control how you are reacting to that external noise. There's a great quote from a Stoic teacher, and he's saying, it's not the things that are happening that upsets us. It's the way we are reacting to the things that upsets us. The only thing you control is what's happening in here. Then we started having a conversation about the other thing that was bothering her mom not believing in her ability to become a professional dancer. And then that begs the question again, but is it really worth listening to your mom at that subject? Like, is your mom the best person to tell you what you can and can't do in dancing? Like, I know I don't trust my mom when it comes to dancing. And my mom is a dancer. But I know more about dance than my mom. And I know that I know my own way more than I know my mom. And I love my mom. You know what I mean? I have my mom's name tattooed. I love my mom to death. But I know whatever she has to think about my dancing, I couldn't care less about it. As much as when I say something to you guys, I really hope that what I'm saying resonates with you and that nobody gets offended of what I'm saying. But I'm gonna be honest, I can't control it. And if I would care about it, then I would never sit here. Because then I like all of that caring, all of that me thinking about, wow, like how are people gonna react to it? How are they gonna take it good or are they gonna take it bad? Then I would never be here. None of us would be here. Thumbs up if I'm making sense. Thumbs down if I should shut down my screen. I was worried. I was worried for a second. I saw Julia. She was late with her thumb there. She was considering. She was like Caesar, you know. She was like that one in the which movie is that? Gladiator. She was skeptic. I think you get where I'm going with this. Sonia, don't agree. Please shoot. Please share what you have to say.
Yeah, I don't totally agree on what you're saying. As a woman and black woman, you know, like I could feel what she experienced. Of course, his mom is not the best because she's not a dancer, but she's a woman in somehow. And the thing is that, like you just say, it's not paying attention to what people say, and we have to pay attention. But you need to build this self-confidence will make you strong enough to answer those people and make them change their mind to consider you as a person.
I think I agree with you 100%.
No, because you say you just say that we should not pay attention to what people and what people reaction are. We have to react, and we have to make them change their mind. We have to make them accept what we are. We have to make them just, deal with it.
I 100% agree with what you're saying. I think maybe I maybe I wasn't clear in my way of saying it. Let me try to rephrase that, because I 100% agree with you. Sometimes it's absolutely worth taking a fight and standing up for yourself and saying and letting yourself be heard in some situations. I 100% agree with you. Now,
you don't, especially after a certain time, when you get used to, your weakness at the moment will be your strength. So it will make you stronger and will be able to face situation, and being a woman will not be a problem. I've been working most of the time as a dancer with men, especially in hip hop dance. So I've been touring for years with men only. And you have to make the space for yourself and make sure they make space for you. So you have to fight all the time.
I 100% agree with you. But I'm not sure that we are talking about the same thing right now. I think where I'm coming from is a place of, if you're gonna react to everything that's happening around you, everything, constantly. Me, personally, I would never be able to do what I'm doing right now. Never. And keep in mind that I'm coming from a place where I was the only black guy. Now this might look light for you, but where I'm from, I was the only black guy. So I can definitely relate to this question.
I do imagine.
But I 100% agree with you. 100% agree with you that sometimes you have to put your foot down, and I think that comes to even standing up for yourself, for your parents. Like, Mom, listen, enough is enough. Now it's time for me to move on. But I don't think you should let that discourage you for going where you're supposed to go, and you know where that is. I don't think my mom's opinion, if she is not agreeing with where I'm gonna go, that should bother my way. That should instead be used for you as fuel. Did that make more sense?
Yeah, of course, we don't need to react to everything, but the things who go on your, put you away from your goal, you should go and fight for it.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're on the same path. Then we're on the same path here. Then we're on that. Okay, perfect. Then I understand where you're coming from. Then we're definitely on the same path. Yeah. That's what I think. That's what all of this is about. That's what all of this next that we're talking about is about. It's about constantly searching for that new level, like constantly trying to move the needle. We had that conversation today in the here me and David were sitting and talking. It's like, okay, how can we move the needle? What is it that we can do to really impact the dance community and the people that have decided to show up for this meeting, and the people that have been decided to show up to this movement that we all are together. Like, how can we do that? For example, we did an interview with Dr. Mo. He's here somewhere. I see you. We did an interview with him about joint health, specifically how dancer can take care of our joints better, low back pain, shoulder pain, knee pain, wrist pain, whatever the case may be. We did an interview with Courtney. We dragged in Nico. Okay, maybe we can switch things up here. We're doing the mental discipline for dancers, even if we're not gonna say it's only for dancers, but I mean, my point of view is from a dancer's perspective. And when it comes to next, and when it comes to searching for that unknown space and trying to navigate, it's really about that every action is one thing that is extremely important to remember, is that every action has an equal and opposite reaction. That's just basics. Those are just the basics of life. Every action has an opposite and equal reaction. If you do a big move with a big cost, it's gonna come with a big change and an even bigger return on investment. And I'm not talking about money right now, make no mistake. I think few people, when I did that post about my camera, I think few people were thinking that I was talking about making moves about only investing. And that's not what this is about. It can, for example, be going to a new dance school. You take a big chance. It can be dancing with an instructor for the first time. It can be adding something small to your routine. then again, if you brush your teeth one time, you're not gonna see any difference. But if you don't brush your teeth for a year, you're gonna feel some difference. If not you, the person you're dancing with, that person is definitely gonna feel some difference, you know?
Yeah, like the guys that start the gym after New Year and go there for 1 week and then, nothing happens.
That's exactly it. And next is about, am I making sense? Like, am I going somewhere with this? Are you following me so far? Perfect. I got to double check here. Sometimes I get lost in myself. And again, I really understand. I think I'm the one who get the. I'm the one who get the most out of this group. I think I'm the one who get the most out of having this challenge, because I think I spend the most time just watching, just observing, just reading. What is it? Just listening and reading between the lines of what people are talking about and what are the conversations that are happening inside of the group. Next is all about that new belief in yourself, or that like, I'm gonna sign up for a 30-day challenge, and then committing, and then following through. Like, I talk to so many people that are like, wow, like, that's just what we're hearing here. This is why I said, let's talk about the wins. I want to hear some wins. They're like, some of us saying like, wow, I'm still here. It's day 24, I'm still here. That's amazing. I didn't believe that about myself. Man, that's awesome. If you did it once, you can do it again. And that's what next is all about. Because again, there is no done without next, and there is no next without done. And like the same, like let's keep talking about this 30-day challenge. I mean, signing up is one thing, and let's take it this way. If you regret signing up for this challenge, press 1 in the chat. If I get some ones right now, if I see some ones, you better fucking, you know.
Be honest.
But be honest. But if I see those ones, I'm gonna fucking. But please be honest. I'm joking with you, but my point is that look, you took a leap of faith. And you decided to invest in yourself, and some of us have trained more times than we have the entire last year. We're feeling healthier than ever. You have a system of people that are backing up, and that's just a small thing. Like you were scrolling down your Facebook, and it's like, yeah, why shouldn't I invest 99 cents in myself? That sounds amazing. Click, let's get it, champ. But then is that continuous investment, every day doing something. Wow, I did a workout, that felt amazing. Wow, congratulations, Sebastian. Done next. That's done. Yesterday don't pay. That's done. What can I do now? Maybe today is time to have a rest day. Awesome. Then I'm gonna rest. Perfect. Rest day was all done today. What can I do now? Done next. It's also about. It's not always about go. I feel a lot of people are like, I want to be the best version of myself, or I want to be my new self. And I don't think this challenge is always about. I don't think next is necessarily always about being your new self. I think for some of us it's actually about resurrecting an old self. I think some of us here really need to take back control what we gave to someone. I think somebody really needs to take back control from the people that you gave the control. They didn't take control from you. You gave them that control. It's a big difference. And then some of you might be sitting home, it's like, no. That person did this and this to me, and I had nothing to do with that. That's very true. That's very, very true. You had nothing to do with that. And some things that's been happening to some of us here, it's an absolute curse. And I can only imagine what some of you guys are going through mentally. But I think it's your responsibility, if not from before, from here on. How are you gonna react to that? How are you gonna react to that thing that happened to you? I can sit here all day. Just think about, wow, man, when I was, because it's the story you're telling yourself. And that's what we talked about in last week's, the thought control. Where do you want to go? What are the narrative to your story? Wow, like all of these Nazis when I grew up. Like can't believe the shit they did to me. Or wow, I had it tough. Like I was too black for the white kids and too white for the black kids. Man, I didn't belong anywhere. Or wow, I had all of this. My mom, I was raised by a single mom. Man, that shit was tough. Yeah, and that sucked. Some of those things sucked. But it's me who take the ownership of it. There's nobody else. There's nobody else that wasn't taken away from me. They didn't take it. I gave it to them. I let them have control. I let people make me feel that I'm not part of, that I'm not worthy, so to say. So what do I need to do then? Then I need to resurrect an old self. Okay? If you want to move forward, I feel this is so important. I feel this is such an important concept. If you get anything out from this entire talk, this is the thing. If you want to move forward, next, you got to let go of your past. Done. If you want to move forward, next, you got to let go of your past. Done. There's no done without next. There is no next without done. Now, what's next for you? Only you can answer that. That's a great question. But truth is that only you can answer that. And I say this to some of my students that I talk to every week. For you guys who don't know, we have online students that I'm coaching one-on-one. And after we have 3 or 4 months together, or how long we in the inner circle decide or have, whatever we come up with, we always have a conversation. Perfect. How are you feeling? Talk to one of my oldest students, one that's been there from the beginning. And she tell me, you know what, Sebastian? I think it's time for me to stand on my own legs right now. Wow. Man, I've been waiting for this day to come. Man, that's so nice to hear. That's so nice to hear. Man, I'm so proud of you for really not only listening to me on what to do, actually thinking yourself how to do it. Man, what a great initiative from you. Wow. Go ahead. If you ever need anything, I'm right here. And because only you know that answer. And you always hear that voice. That voice is right there whispering. But the sad thing is that for some of us, we have listened to the voice of the negativity. We've been listening to that uncertain voice. That voice that you gave control to. Because sometimes it's not even the external things you're giving control to. You're giving control to yourself. But to the wrong things. You can be giving control to your negative thoughts. I mean, that's right there with you. All the time. But if you sometimes you just listen a little bit, just massage your ears before you just do this before you take the next decision, and you know what to do. you know what to do, because that your voice is usually whispering, but you should follow that. It's the same thing when you're looking somewhere. It's like, woof, look at that dancer. Jesus Christ, that's a high level dancer. Me dancing with that person? Never. I mean, that's usually the move you should make, isn't it? Isn't that usually the move you should make? Or first time you see somebody that you are looking over the dance floor, or for some of us in the office, you're looking over there and it's like, woof, look at that woman over there. Me talking to her? No. Never. Because you listen to this voice. But you had that little voice in your ear that was like, go for it. You're in love. Don't be a bitch. Go for it. One of the two options. You know, everybody in here know which voices I'm talking about. There is the two voices and they're always there. They're always there, but they're bothering you sometimes, and you need to know which one to listen to. Let me see. Dr. Jacqueline, Mr. Hyatt, that's it, champ. And what happened with those? Ultimately, I'm not sure if I'm butchering the story, but Dr. Jacqueline, Mr. Hyde, ultimately, he decided to kill himself. Why? Because he couldn't control that negative voice. He couldn't control his alter ego. Or maybe that was who he really was. I'm not sure. And I'm not saying that nobody's gonna kill himself. It's not absolutely not what I'm saying. But what I'm saying is that maybe you should kill that inner voice of yours. And who decides that? You. Nobody else decides. And some of us are just listening too much to, like I said before, we talked about it, like we talked about others, internal voice, negative people, and you gave control to them, and you gotta take it back. And you know what's next for yours. We've been on this fantastic journey together. We have one more webinar together, minimum. We have one more webinar next Wednesday. I would love everybody, all of you, to come. It would be fantastic. And please, feel free to join us afterwards. It would be amazing. It would be amazing for all of you guys to keep on going. And again, I'm reading everything in this book, so I'm gonna talk a little bit about what's next for me, and then we're gonna wrap this up, and then we're gonna have a Q&A. If everybody have any questions, we're gonna run over all of them. All right? And next for me, it's again, after listening, after talking to people in the live things we've been doing on Facebook, doing these webinars, listening to the questions, doing the conversations over phone, talking on email or on Facebook with people. I wasn't planning on doing this at all. I've been wanting to do it for years, however. I've been wanting to do it for a long time. And the course, like I said, is already mapped out. But we're gonna do the mental discipline course. It's a program, sorry. We've been battling between mental discipline course or mental discipline program, but I think we decided on the word program. And it's really by popular demands. It's really by popular demand. So we're gonna throw it out there for the group, see how many people that are interested in it, and then we're gonna go for it, or maybe not. It depends on what the response is, to be honest. And after listening to you guys and reading between the lines, I really think this is the move to make. I really think this is gonna be extremely valuable. But mental discipline is not a word that might be used for all of us. It's a very fuzzy word. It's a very like mental discipline. What does that even mean? So I'm gonna tell you what it's not. this program. This 4-week program has nothing to do with your dancing skills. It has nothing to do with weight loss. It has nothing to do with building muscles. And it has absolutely nothing to do with motivation. Now, if you want all of those things, I have amazing products, right? Go on dancersbootcamponline.com, go on befitandsensual.com, send me personal messages. We have fantastic programs when it comes to weight loss, muscle gain, and motivation, all right? But that's not what this is about. Just making that clear. And also your dancing, we have fantastic products when it comes to dancing skill, whatever dance styles you are working with. Check out V Dance Club if you want to learn bachata, or salsa, or zouk. It's like a commercial break. But this program, this mental discipline program, it's for you if you ever said out loud to you, or even said to yourself that I'm a lazy person, or if you ever felt that your comfort zone is holding you back from getting spots, or if you get affected too much by external noise, if you feel that you are reacting to everything, if you are reacting to things that are constantly the weather, the music the DJ is playing, your mom's opinion, your neighbor's opinion, if you are on the minus scale when it comes to being proactive, and if you want to take control, then this is for you. We're gonna talk tons about it. We're gonna talk more about it next week. And how was this webinar? Did I make any sense? Yeah? Did I push your brains a little bit? Please give me feedback. If you think I suck, please don't write it here. Please maybe send it to David. Then David can say it to me in a nice way. I'm a sensitive guy, you know. So, but really, if you please give me feedback. Like I take my time on this. Like this took my time to create these topics. Like it's not something I freestyle. Like I sit down and I dig deep and I go through all these books we have, and I talk to David and I talk to others mentors of mine. Like, please give us feedback on these talks. We would love to. Any questions about anything,